We all rely on farmers and ranchers, but farming is riskier than other businesses out there. Crop insurance helps farmers manage their risk. With crop insurance, farmers put skin in the game by paying premiums and shouldering deductibles. That keeps taxpayers from having to pick up the whole bill every time disaster strikes. Today, about 90% of U.S. farmland is insured, providing $100 billion in protection to more than 130 different kinds of crops. It's a testament to the program's success.
Thank you for joining us for this week's Agri-Pulse Washington Week in Review. I'm Spencer Chase, joined as always by Agri-Pulse's Phil Brasher, as well as this week by House Ag Committee Chair David Scott. And Mr. Chairman, I had the opportunity to watch a House floor debate yesterday. A number of suspension bills on the agenda, a number of them relating to the Ag Committee's jurisdiction. I want to talk about one in particular to kind of start things off. You and the ranking member led a bill to offer an extension of livestock mandatory reporting for the rest of the fiscal year. And both you and the ranking member said during the floor debate of that bill that, this is something that we want to do to give the industry, give Congress a little bit more time to negotiate kind of a broader compromise bill. But that was kind of the prevailing wisdom at the end of 2020 as well. So I guess if you can look into your crystal ball for me, what do you think are the prospects for kind of broad, comprehensive livestock industry reform in 2022?
I think it's looking very good. This is just a preliminary move that we could get everybody together around the table. It's good to start off that way, so that it gives everybody a comfort level. Now, what is important about our bill that we got out yesterday is that everybody in the livestock industry and agriculture, all our friends, we're of one accord. And that was very important because we're not going to be with this situation until we get all the parties feeling that their voices have been heard. So what this does is it sort of gives us a down payment on our need to hurry up and get the job done, because there are differences. And you all know that all of you cover agriculture very good, but nobody like you all. And I think you know what we're going for. So this gives us room to breathe, so to speak. Let me just share with you, I'm also working closely with Senator Grassley. There are things there that we do need to consider. And there are things there that Senator Grassley probably will need to compromise on as well. We want to make sure all voices are heard.
Chairman, thanks again for being here. Couple of issues on your plate. You can't do much about the reconciliation bill that's still sitting in the Senate. But I want to ask you about the Growing Climate Solutions Act. When are we going to see some action on this? Are you going to be able to move that bill?
Yes, I'm confident we're going to be able to move it. I've already put motions in action to do that. Now we got to, do a few wrinkles, but I do have some good feeling about it. I had a great conversation with our chairman of the Rules Committee. But anyway, to make a long story short, yes, this is an important move. As you all know, that was one of my very first hearings, because agriculture has got to claim our role in the inside pole position, as my friend Richard Petty used to say. That's how he won so many stock car races. But this issue, it is agriculture inside pole position when it comes to climate change. So what I'm saying is, here's a situation too where there are various differences of opinion, but we're moving with that. We're going to, I think, make some changes on it. But what is important is that I've let everybody know that we are going to move that bill. As you know, Senator Stabenow has that bill. She's handling it in Senate. So it's sort of how we have to just move together. And so we're going to move that. I want to do it before the end of the year. And of course, a lot of us are trying to get our bills done in the next week or so. So we'll have to see about the timing. But if we have to wait to January, I'm talking with Steny. I think we got some agreement on it and some level of bipartisanship.
I ask you about, we're starting to get questions about the farm bill when the committee, both the House and Senate, will start work on the farm bill, start doing hearing.
This is why we're trying to get this other stuff out of the way. We got the electric vehicles hearing, that's so. But rest assured, I've already talked with Ann Simmons, you know, Ann, our great staff director, and we will be moving out with our first hearings on the Farm Bill in January.
To wrap up here, Mr. Chairman, we are getting hearing constantly from farmers about input cost, about fertilizer cost, and about just the whole supply chain problems. Is there anything else that the committee is looking at doing, or any additional hearings that you're looking at? Anything you can do to, in terms of possible relief in that area?
Yes, we have got to get relief to our folks in ag on the supply chain. I have been, I was one of the first that got out there and put this hearing together, because the one thing we can do without a lot of things, but we cannot do without food, water, our shelter, our clothing. And I tell people all the time, our agriculture industry, we are the economic fulcrum. So I've taken on the issue of supply chain. I had a hearing on that. We're moving to increase the get and start immediately tackling. As you all covered the hearing, you heard our trucking association say, we need 15,000 drivers. That's just in agriculture. And our trucking folks said, no, we are down 80,000. I was just shocked overall. So the important thing for our nation, our farmers understand right now, is that we are doing everything we can to deal with this supply chain. I think the president did a wonderful thing with his 24/7. Now we can get our trucks on the highways at less travel time, around the clock, on the weekends and evenings when traffic is light. We can assist in that, but we got to go further. And this is why, and I think you all got my letter. Hopefully, my staff got it to you, in which I've already written to Secretary of Labor for him to unleash and use the power and the money that we have put in so he can provide grants and help to those individuals who want to become truck drivers. I have also reached out to the unions, my friends at the Teamsters, and we've got to do this together. Truck driving is a unique profession. My uncle was a truck driver. It's like a fraternity. It's different. It takes a particular kind of person to handle this alone in the cab, most of them. It takes great strength. We are indeed thankful for those who will step out. Now, who knows where some of these drivers are? And let me tell you, one of the shocking things that came out of the hearing was not only are we short overall 80,000 commercial truck drivers, 15,000 within the area of our agriculture and food supply lane, but this, the Achilles heel, 90% of our truck drivers don't last a year. So we got a major problem here. And so sometimes you can thank the Lord brings things to you to open our eyes. We got to do some great work here. The other thing we got to do is to stop depending upon China and these other nations for our supplies. And we may have to come to a point that we will put out a clarion call. There are drivers out there already with the commercial license. We need to identify them and give them a bonus for coming back at a time of great need, so we do not have a major food shortage in our nation. The key to that is getting truck drivers on the road. And I hope you all got my letter. It was put together, bipartisan. Me and Frank Lucas, we served together. He is chairman one time, me. And we got 64 members of Congress to sign on with us. But anyway, thank you, and look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you.
We appreciate your time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.